Streamer University is not at all what you think it is. While Kai promoted it as a massive opportunity for rising streamers to learn and advance their careers, the reality is that this event appears to have been orchestrated solely to take advantage of upcoming creators. It is not about giving new talent a chance. It seems more like an industry plan factory where Kai and his associates receive more attention while raking in millions in sponsors. We are going to take a deeper look into Streamer University to uncover what Kai's true purpose behind this event could actually be. By the end of this video, you will be left wondering if this event was a lie since the very beginning. After disappearing and reappearing as a fashion designer, Kai Cenat announced he was done streaming. He said he wanted to focus all his time on his new career path, and months went by without any new streams or events. When he announced the return of his Streamer University, many were genuinely surprised. As you can expect, it instantly exploded, and all the attention was back on him. When he announced he was doing auditions in 3 cities, people instantly flooded the locations. Huge crowds showed up, with some even camping out, hoping to get an opportunity to demonstrate their skills. The footage shows just how these kids were losing their minds to get in. After thousands waited outside across 3 cities, Kai was only able to choose 120 people. And when he revealed who exactly was chosen, he was met with instant backlash. This time, even worse than the last, many of the people Kai chose were already established streamers or his close associates. Even worse, Kai chose people like Lizzo, a big music artist who's not even a streamer. This left many of the small creators who showed up feeling duped. Some of them started feeling like they never really had a shot to begin with. It appeared like again, Kai used them to create a viral moment, knowing he was likely never going to pick anyone who wasn't already popular. And I discovered that a lot of them are secretly directly connected to Kai. How, you may ask? They are all represented by the same talent agency. Kai is signed to a talent agency called UTA, United Talent Agency. It is one of the top agencies in all of Hollywood. Many huge stars and big musical acts are represented by this company. Recently, they have also been signing a lot of streamers. And would you look at that, many of them just so happen to be the same creators who were accepted into Streamer University. First, Lizzo was picked even though she is not a streamer. She just so happens to be represented by UTA, the same company Kai is signed to. That could just be a coincidence, right? Well, Plaqueboy Max was also picked too. He is also signed to UTA. FaZe member Stable Ronaldo got in, and just like the rest, he is also signed to UTA. A Twitch streamer by the name of Jason the Ween was also picked, and he is also signed to UTA. Pokimane was also chosen, and again, she is also signed to UTA. Even Dream Doll was picked, and she was also previously represented by UTA. My point is that many of the people who were picked are signed to the same talent agency as Kai Cenat. That, to me, is very strange and raises the question if any of this is really as legit as they claim. If only a very small number of creators that are chosen are actually new creators, what is the point of the giant audition? Why does he promote the event like an opportunity for upcoming talent if most of the creators chosen are already established? Well, that is what most people are failing to realize. I don't think Streamer University was ever created to help small talent, but to use them. I have come to believe that Streamer University was one big marketing strategy for Kai at the expense of the streamer community. He fooled everyone since day one, and nobody seems to have noticed. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I believe he managed to do this. Streamer University took Kai's hype to a whole new level. Out of all the things he has ever done, nothing got him as much attention as this event did. On paper, the idea for a school for new streamers to learn from the biggest figures on the internet was genius. The way it was promised was that Kai was going to choose established creators to teach new creators how to make it big. The lucky ones picked would stay on a campus alongside the biggest creators and collaborate with them, allowing them to see the behind the scenes of the biggest streamers who dominate the space. Kai literally struck gold with this idea. Not only would he look like a good guy by helping new streamers, but he would also generate massive media coverage around the event, boosting his popularity even further. As we all know, the event was an instant hit. The hype for Streamer University was unmatched. It seemed like everyone was making videos talking about how they applied and were desperate to get in. But when the day actually unfolded, people quickly realized it was not at all what was promised. It started when many noticed a pattern with those who got in. Most of the streamers who were chosen were already established creators with a sizable platform. Not many new small-time creators were actually picked, just like we saw this year. So it ended up being more like a really big collaboration than a chance for small creators to be seen. It also didn't appear like there was much educational value either. The so-called teachers were not really teaching anything. They were busier focusing on creating viral moments for their own streams instead of actually showing the students anything useful. The entire event unfolded more like a viral stunt than an actual educational networking event. Instead of new streamers getting this massive opportunity as they were promised, it looked like they were used as background characters for Kai and his crew to make content. While people were surprised by how the event unfolded, I believe this was always the plan. Streamer University just appears to be a giant marketing event. It was all about money and hype. What people failed to realize is that this event was organized very similarly to a pyramid scheme. At the bottom, you had the little creators who had really small or non-existent audiences. These are the people who are likely never to be chosen but are used to generate hype and demand. You need the massive crowd of people desperate to get in to make the event look more desirable. That was the reason behind the whole audition process. If you paid attention to his recent audition, the media coverage was strong because of how many people showed up. That's why you need the small creators. They were like Hollywood extras. In the middle of the pyramid, you have the streamers who are already established with followers. They are the ones who got picked, thinking they were going to make it to the next level, but in reality, they just had their attention redirected to Kai and his friends. At the very top of the pyramid, you obviously find Kai Cenat and his associates, the only people who really benefited from this event. At the end of it all, the reality is that all the hype, money, and attention were all redirected to the top of the pyramid. Essentially, the event seemed to have been designed to create live streamer industry plants. Kai strategically put the attention on people who just so happen to be signed to UTA with him or are his friends, while at the same time, he's making millions from massive sponsorship deals. It appears that since day one, the event was designed for this purpose. He knew that if he promised small creators an opportunity to network and boost their streaming careers, the demand would be massive. It would turn this into a giant event, and he was going to be at the center of it all. But as you can see, it's hard to find what they did to help any small creator. You are left with no choice but to think that the small creators were being taken advantage of. He just used them to make his event look bigger so he can make more money and make his people more popular. We can clearly see that with those who were chosen this year. Just look at how many people who got in were on UTA's roster, and those are only the people I named. The rest of the people were like his sister or his friends. To me, it appears this is an event UTA likely has a big hand in. The agency is responsible for getting Kai his big opportunities, so I would not be surprised if this is something they cooked up to promote him and their other talent. In a way, it feels like he sold out the streamer community by doing this. He promised all these small creators a shot, and they believed him. Some of these guys claim to have quit their jobs before they even knew if they would get picked.
What am I doing? I quit my job, bro. Huh? You quit your job? What? You quit your job? Yes, bro. What? Today? Yes, today.
Many were literally losing their minds online when they saw that they weren't chosen.
For 4 days since Thursday in LA for Stream University auditions. Waited in line since 6 a.m. Was hella committed, staying here. Still got denied from the staff. They didn't even get to get interviewed by Kai Cenat. I would rather get denied in front of Kai Cenat than get stopped and denied from the staff. And that's what makes me sick. I've been here for all the 4 days, bro. I've been here for 4 days, making content, streaming. It's hella discouraging, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm actually sick to my stomach. I'm like, damn. I literally got denied for the first interview. And I said what I had to say, camped, I'm dedicated, I'm hungry. And I just got denied. I guess I said something wrong. And I'm doing this content for like 6 years, bro. I just wanted a shot, you know, at life, and I thought this was gonna be like my first shot. But the only thing I keep doing is, you know, just go from here and Yeah, I was top 70 though out of all the people. I was here early, dedicated, but wish I got to get interviewed by Kai Cenat so I can at least showcase my personality more.
Kai sold them a dream, and they fell for it, only for them to realize they were being used the whole time. The reality is that if you were not down with UTA or one of Kai's friends or family members, you had basically no shot at getting in. People really need to understand this is no longer the Kai who was working his way up in the industry. He has made it to the top and has crossed over long ago. He is fully immersed in the industry, and things like this are normal techniques to extract as much money from the people as possible. But I don't know why people are surprised. Everyone should have realized Kai was not who he seemed to be when he came back acting like a fashion designer. The entire stunt was just a way for Kai to leverage the hype he built off of his Mafiathon to sell clothing to fans. It did not seem genuine, it was just another money grab. He tried everything to make it seem like a serious rebrand, but the reality is he just wanted to sell merch. The biggest red flag was when he showed up with Jaden and Will Smith at the fashion events. That was the moment it was solidified that the industry got Kai. The way he was walking up the stairs in that red-lit room and how Jaden and Will Smith greeted him just felt so off. You know, when you see things like this, it's pretty much a sign that he crossed over. In my opinion, it does not seem like he cared about the streamer community at all. What he cares about is making more and more money. That is why he was constantly humiliating himself on stream with no issues. He showed us just how far he was willing to go when he did the shower stunt with Ray J. That was the perfect indication of what he truly represented. Streamer University 2 is set to take place any day now. Chances are, like last time, no small streamer is really going to get that shot they're hoping for. Instead, it appears that Kai will once again use this moment to make himself even more popular and rich. I want to know what you guys think. Do you feel like Streamer University is not what it seems? Or do you think even if only big creators are chosen, it still works as promised? To me, it seems to show Kai's true colors and what he represents at the end of the day. Kai is one of the online creators that have fully gone Hollywood, just like we see from people like Druski. Druski is another online creator that Hollywood has fully embraced. There is no better example of this than what we saw at this year's BET Awards. Druski was chosen to host the show, and what he did shows us that he already crossed to the other side. If you want to see how the BET Awards shows how they fully brought Druski in, watch this video right now. And if you want to further support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon member. When you join, you support the channel and get over 65 exclusive videos. Another way to support the channel is by subscribing and hyping this video. Your hype literally tells the algorithm that more people need to see this. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.